Hello, Doc Mel. Hello, classmates. I am Joshua Corsega, your reporter for this presentation, and I will be presenting the part assigned to me in this social marketing plan, Rescue Harvest PH, Bridging Farmers and Consumers Through Digital Activism. The part that I will present is part 2 of 6 with subtitle Behavioral Objectives. So let's dive in. So generally, the Rescue Harvest PH social marketing plan aims to have a shift in the behavior from ignoring surplus produce to actively purchasing, redistributing, or supporting surplus crops. So the main idea is to affect change in the behavior of firstly the consumers and next the farmers. But of course, we will also look at all other audiences involved as stakeholders of the program. So for the audiences, under the primary audience, we have urban consumers and local businesses. Meanwhile, the farmers and LGUs and NGOs are secondary audience of this social marketing plan. So now, let us identify the current and desired behavior for each audience. For the urban consumers, the current behavior is that they tend to buy only the perfect produce, vegetables, fruits, and crops, which are aesthetically appealing. So consumers are mostly unaware of the food waste at farm level and with minimal connection to farmers. So our desired behavior is to encourage them to buy surplus or imperfect crops. So what are the strategies that we are going to use in the social marketing plan? First is by launching a digital campaign that reframes imperfect produce into something desirable, such as nutritious, ethical, and climate-friendly rather than reject or low-quality crops. So here are the possible digital campaign framing tactics. So number one, bilhin panindang hindi sayang, sakto lang, ugly outside, perfect for your table, and hashtag buy to save. So the next one is to reduce perceived risk with transparency. That is by addressing fears about quality and safety using digital campaign strategies. Why should consumers not fear to buy low quality produce or products? So how are we going to do that? So by creating short videos or reels with title, like for example, from farm to table, or another video like budget cooks tutorial, what I cooked with rescue produce. So also QR code, we are using QR codes linking to farmer profile and employ clear labeling like surplus, not spoiled. So we are presenting transparency about the products. And the third one is to attract buyers with visible markings and promos by adding visible labelings in the products in the market stalls and employing perks for wholesalers. So how? By incentivizing buying, like giving discount bundles as rescue packs, loyalty rewards for repeat buyers, save 50 pesos while saving food promos, and labeling in markets rescue me tag or color coded sections. The next primary audience that we will look into are the local businesses because we want them to be a key player in achieving the desired objective of helping to sell the farmers' products into the marketplace. So the current behavior is that basically there are strict sourcing standards. And needless to say, local businesses, especially the bigger ones, wanted to use fresh vegetables and crops for their restaurants. The desired behavior is to integrate surplus produce into supply chains in their menus, adapting sourcing policies and partnering with rescue harvest initiatives. So what are the strategies? One, position surplus produce as cost-efficient and brand-enhancing. That is by highlighting economic and reputational benefits. So how? By presenting real-life case studies like restaurant saving costs using surplus veggies. Use sample messaging like sustainable sourcing is equivalent to smart business. Menu innovation strategy by promoting rescue menu items. Next, promote flexible standards through pilot programs. That is by encouraging trial participation instead of full commitment. So how? By employing 1 month Rescue Harvest Partner Challenge, starter packs of surplus produce, and recognition post from the campaign page. The third, is public recognition and digital visibility. So by rewarding compliance with visibility and advocacy branding. So how? Rescue Harvest PH partner digital badges, feature partner businesses on campaign platforms, and LGU back certifications. For the secondary audience, we will look at the farmers as producers. The current behavior includes limited up to no digital selling hands-on experience. And of course, we want them or the farmers to adopt digital tools for direct selling, for online campaigning and promotion of harvest. So what are the strategies? One, capacity building through simple digital tools. That is by making digital selling easy and non-intimidating. So how are we going to do that? By letting them watch short training videos in Filipino or local dialects, step-by-step guides in Facebook Marketplace, and how to use Messenger or Viber groups. And by teaching them how to use templates for posting surplus harvest. Next, highlight immediate benefits by showing how digital selling leads to faster income. So we can use testimonials from farmers who sold surplus online, side-by-side comparisons of using and not using digital selling, and the use of peer influence by showcasing successful farmers. And the third one, community-based digital support. That is by encouraging collective participation by barangay-level digital selling groups, youth volunteers as digital harvest aides, and shared pages for cooperatives. And lastly, we will include the assistance of the LGUs and NGOs to amplify the attainment of our objectives. For the current behavior, there is limited up to no visibility of support from LGUs and NGOs. And for the desired behavior, we want to gain support from government and private partners. So what are the strategies? One, policy and program integration by positioning Rescue Harvest PH as complementary and not an additional work. So the tactics are linked to food security programs and nutrition and feeding programs, and use surplus produce to school feeding programs and community pantries. The next one is the logistics support by providing transport vehicles and storage hubs. And finally, institutional endorsement and amplification by increasing legitimacy and reach. And that is by LGU endorsement on social media and joint campaigns and use of hashtags. So that ends my presentation. Thank you and God bless us all.